I'm Theodora and in this video we will be painting this moon landscape using gouache. I hope you have a lot of fun. Here are the materials we're going to use. When we're painting on paper, it's best to always make sure to stretch it with some tape so it won't bend or wrinkle under the pressure of the water. So I am taping tightly all four sides to make sure that my paper doesn't buckle at all. And also stretching out paper makes the painting process easier because our paper doesn't move, because otherwise you'll have to hold it in place, and that isn't very practical. Our second step when we're painting is to mix our colors on our palette and prepare all the shades that we're going to need and use. So here I'm mixing ultramarine blue with sky blue and black and white. The sky is usually darker on top, and as we move downwards is lighter. I'm using the flat brush from the Black Tulip set, and for my mid-tone I am using the ultramarine blue mixed with some sky blue. And as I'm moving downwards I am mixing it with some white, and I am blending to create a more seamless result. So I'm just going back and forth and I'm mixing both sides together. And now that I have laid all my colors, I'm just going to blend them a bit more until I am satisfied with the result. And I am adding a bit more titanium white on the bottom to make the ombre effect a bit more prominent. With number 4 ringer brush from the Fine Line miniature set, I'm just taking a bit of white gouache and I'm just painting little dots at the darkest part of the sky that will resemble the stars. And also by adding a little bit of water to my brush, I'm just doing a few splashes by tapping lightly on my brush. Just be careful not to add too much water, because this might ruin your painting. So if you don't feel confident with this technique, you can paint the stars by hand as we did before. Here I just had a little accident and I spilled a little bit more water than intended, so I'm just going to cover it up. So don't be afraid in painting, you can always find a way to correct your mistakes. And again, with my number 4 ringer brush from the Fine Line miniature set, I'm just adding a few extra stars whenever I feel it is needed. Process a little bit, you can always use a hair dryer. Now I'm taking a small round object to paint a circle where our moon is going to be, and I'm placing it somewhere in the middle of my drawing. And with a light pencil, I'm just sketching where my trees and my mountains are going to be. With number 7 round brush from the Black Tulip set, from the Art Supplies, I am painting the first layer of the moon. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit transparent, because we're going to keep this transparency in certain areas. So if you have seen or paid close attention to the moon, you will notice that it seems like it has a texture. The moon isn't simply white or silver, hair and breeze and edges. It even sometimes appears to be orange, but our moon is a blue moon, so it has blue undertones. We're painting a few dots on the moon to create the impression that it is a rock and therefore the surface is uneven. And then with our flat brush from the Black Tulip set, I'm painting the mountain using some black gouache. If you want to see gouache videos, there are many more on our channel. More specifically, there is this cast brush video where I paint a landscape using watercolor and gouache, so you can see mixed techniques. And there is a cactus video where I paint a cactus using watercolor and another using gouache, and I'm telling you about the basic difference between those two mediums. And of course, there lies on our Facebook group ideas and tutorials and guidance to motivate you. So especially if you're a beginner, I think you're gonna find those live tutorials and video tutorials on YouTube very, very helpful. So now, using my ringer brush from the Fine Line miniature set, I'm painting the logs of trees. Ringer brushes are ideal if you want to paint many straight lines, or if you want to paint hair or fur. So I'm just painting a few lines, creating an angular result to resemble the branches of the trees. And naturally, some trees are taller and some trees are a bit shorter, so they don't have to be the same size, and some are fuller and thicker and some are not. So I think that you're really going to enjoy this drawing, especially if you're a beginner and you want to paint something nice and easy and fun using gouache. And of course you can switch it up a bit, and maybe you can use different colors for the sky if you like. You can use some reddish stones, and you can make your moon a bit more golden. That depends on your judgment and your mood. But I really like keeping things simple, and I really love painting this moon landscape. And looking at this picture, I imagine listening to the wolves howling. So it's best if you have some trees that are smaller to give the impression that they are further away. In this picture, the moon seems very big and very close to the Earth, but actually, for 4.5 billion years, the moon is moving away from the Earth. And in 15 billion years, the moon will move even further from Earth. I don't know if it will even be visible, or if there will be still life on Earth after 15 billion years, but it's actually sad, isn't it? Don't forget to tell me in the comments which phase of the moon you find more beautiful. For me, all phases of the moon are equally mysterious and beautiful, but I always adore watching full moons. I think they're very romantic, especially if you're sharing the view with someone you love. So now all I have to do is add another layer to make my dark a little bit thicker, because it was a little transparent in certain areas. And that's our final result. That was our painting for today. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you do, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram and use our hashtags in our supplies so I can see all the wonderful work that you've made. Thank you for watching.